I'm making this video because someone at CNN asked the question, is Governor Sarah Palin being held to a double standard? My simple answer is no. Every person who's run for president or who has been a vice presidential candidate has undergone a great deal of scrutiny. It didn't matter if it was very recently Senator Barack Obama's family, or for that matter, Senator Clinton and her family and her actions. I can go on and on and on and provide many examples. The bottom line is that Governor Palin is now being considered for a position, vice president, which is but one step from the most powerful job in the world, that of president of the United States, and therefore makes the job of vice president the second most powerful job in the United States. The McCain staff forgot that this is the first election cycle entirely covered by new media. In the previous election cycle, YouTube did not exist. The digital media revolution wasn't even an idea in the eyes of many, let alone known. Now, into the spotlight, we have Governor Palin, who has never appeared as a speaker before at a national convention, and who has never been vetted nationally either by the mainstream media or by new media. And with all these unknowns, the McCain staffers express surprise, dismay, and disappointment that she's receiving all of this attention. And also there are those who believe that we should in some kind of way lower the bar or standard because she's new and she's a woman. Look, she's being considered for vice president, not dog catcher. She comes from a state that has a population of just over 670,000 people. That's smaller than the city of San Francisco. That is 8 times smaller than the metropolitan area of Chicago, where Barack Obama hails from. She's being thrust overnight from last Friday, today is Wednesday, when she gives her speech, into the national spotlight. And yet, we find out that she has all these allegations, from Troopergate to allegations she mishandled and fired her police chief as mayor. And then there is the focus on her family, including a recent picture that I saw of her daughter's soon-to-be son-in-law holding a 12-gauge rifle and his sister holding a pistol. I have to be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, if they were black, this country would be in an uproar, because we send out so many signals and so many messages that it's wrong for young black teenagers to have guns. Why is it okay for them to have guns? It's just a question. But it's also an appropriate question, given that we as American citizens have been fed a steady diet of the Republican idea of family values and conservative ideology. And yet, we're also given a steady diet of the actions of the family of Governor Palin. Now, on my blog, I have only skipped on some of their activities. I agree with Senator Obama that what a family does should be off limits, but to a point. Because what that family does says a lot about how the family manages itself and how those kids have been raised. That is an open discussion to have. But back to Governor Palin. Tonight, Governor Palin has to give the speech of her life. Why? Not just because of the scrutiny she's received, not just because she is vying to be Vice President of the United States, but because she is stepping into an arena where some of the greatest speeches in the history of the world have ever been given. It doesn't matter if it's Senator Clinton's speech of last week, Walter Mondale's speeches of years ago, Mario Cuomo, Ronald Reagan, you name the politician. Each person that has been considered as president or vice president has given that speech. If Governor Palin does not give that speech tonight, you can kiss any chance of her and the McCain-Palin ticket winning goodbye.